This is Strawberry Shorty here with the new visual novel released by Dream Night Studios. I don't know too much about it, not even really what kind of game it is. I kind of hope it goes into horror themes, but we'll see. Turn that down a little bit. No, not exit. Jeez. So, I guess we'll go new. Elsa. Ah. Guess we have to click on the screen. Shit, what time is it? I can't believe I dozed off. Oh good, it's not midnight yet. But it's not early either. Look at this music. I look towards the windowsill and there it is, the wishing stone. According to the witch, I have to make a wish before midnight tonight. Ugh. You're sleeping? How did I get myself into such trouble? It's all due to the odd encounter I had this afternoon. Might turn down the music again when we get there. Such fresh air. These roses smell so sweet. Come to think of it, they seem to be blooming for quite some time already. Help! Can anybody hear me? Please, help! Someone is calling for help. She sounds like she is not far at all. I should go check. Help! Can anybody hear me? Someone, please. Young miss, please help me. I'm right here. I look towards where the voice came from. The sun is really strong and I can barely see, but it seems like there's a girl who's tangled by those tree branches and vines. She's pretty high up, definitely out of my reach from down here. What happened? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. I'm not hurt at all, luckily. You see, I'm a witch. I was just flying by and I had a small accident. You're a witch and you can't get yourself out of this situation? Sounds like she wasn't being careful at all, and she must be really lucky to not be hurt. Those two trees have a lot of spiky vines. I remember the first time I saw these two trees. I was so amazed, I tried to climb one of them and my mom got mad at me. She said those big thorns could even be poisonous. I shouldn't climb something I know nothing about. See, I'm noticing some text issues. I knew it was kind of dangerous and I was scared too. I was pretty timid when I was a kid, and usually wouldn't do something like that, but at the time, I just couldn't help it. They were so different from the trees I saw before that I was somehow very attracted. Turn down the BGM a little bit more. Wait, when was the first time I saw them? I think I was like 7 or 8 years old already. How come I had never seen them before if they were right outside our house? That's odd. I try to search my memory and I feel a sudden sharp pain in my head. Ouch, ouch, what is going on? I have to press the side of my head to ease the pain. Hello, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Anyway, I lost my wand and my broom when I fell down. Without them, I can't get myself out of here. And you can't do magic without a wand? Could you help me find them? They should be right around here. I look around and realize her wand and broom are both literally right in front of me. The wand is easy to get, but the broom is much higher up. It seems to be tangled with vines, too. I need to climb a little to get it out of there. I should get gardening gloves and scissors first. I mean, can't you give her the wand and then she can use the wand? Like, I don't know. Sure, I'll get some gardening tools so I can get your broom. I'll be back. Just wait for a little bit. You're about to enter the exploration mode. Oh, this is tutorial. You are about to enter the exploration mode. Please use your mouse to navigate, investigate, and collect items. The mouse cursor will change if you hover over something you can interact with. In a lot of puzzles, you will see a light bulb icon in the top left corner. It will give you some insights on how to solve the puzzles. You can also find the link to the full walkthrough on the store page if you get stuck. I got the witch's wand. Let's cast a spell. The witch is invisible! Can't even see her. I should get the garden gloves and garden scissors before I climb up here. Really? We can't get that? It's right there. Let's look in the giant birdhouse. Password is the most recent important date. If you forget about it, you know where to find the hint. Do I? A note from my mom. When was the most recent important date? I can't recall it all, but the password should be a 4-digit number, as usual. The month and then the day. Mom keeps the hint in the living room. I guess I'll look for it. Blue roses are my mom's favorite flower. Is our mom dead? I don't think she's still alive. The last family photo we took in outdoor space. I was 8 years old. There's 2 kids in this photo. My sister Gina's photo when she was only a week old. She has a very outgoing and happy personality. I heard she was very happy and brave even when she was a baby. Photo of my dad at a tall mountain at sunrise. I was told it was a very dangerous trip. It was my dad's last solo adventure before my parents got married. A photo of me when I was a baby. Unlike Gina, I have a quiet and timid personality. I think that's just how I've always been, and it was true even when I was very young. A close-up photo of my mom on our wedding day. She looks so beautiful. My parents' honeymoon photo. That's a photo of my mom and Uncle Owen when we were still in school. My mom is 5 years older than Uncle Owen, and she always tries her best to look out for him and help when she can. So Uncle should be capitalized here. That's a photo of my sister Gina the first time she stood up without holding anything. I think it was a very special moment for my mom. That's a photo of my sister Gina and I when I was 5. Gina was 9 at the time. And that's Gina's baby photo. Coffee table, nothing special here. Jeez, our house is huge. My sister Gina's room. Is Gina dead? A picture of the nebula. My sister Gina has always been fascinated by the outer space. I don't need to go to the bathroom right now. Our dining table maybe could have used a proofread. That's actually our fridge? It's a giant cupboard. What are we, wealthy? Our stove. I've never used it though. I didn't learn how to cook. How old are you? I'm lost. I already forgot where that freaking code is. Do any of these have dates on them? And that light bulb is not there to help us. Yeah, there's no dates on any of these ones. Who's this? Grandma? This is my grandma's last photo ever taken. She was already in the hospital at that time. I was very young when she passed away. I don't really remember much about her anymore, but Dad talks about her often. Dad said that Grandma raised him through hardship. I wish I could remember more about her. These little bunnies. My mom bought these for Gina and I when we were kids. She said they looked just like us, cute and sweet together. We put our New Year's wishes in that box. Every year on New Year's Eve we would take out the old ones, write something new, and put them in there. It's locked. What is this? It looks quite familiar. I feel like I should know what it is, but I just can't remember anymore. It looks like a diving helmet. We got 9 discs with numbers on them. Toy Fox. I was quite fond of it when I was a kid. This is my mom's childhood toy. It's quite old, but very well maintained. It's made with real wood, which I heard is super rare these days. What kind of universe are we living in? Seems like I need to put 9 discs in the correct slots to open the box. Please drag the correct item from the item list to activate the puzzle. Active the puzzle. Like, if Mom put the code in here... What is wrong with you, Mom? To open the box, drag and put the numbered discs in the right slots. Oh. So this is the photos. Can we do it from memory? Okay. This was Dad on his adventure before the wedding. This was the wedding. This was the honeymoon. Oh, what would be next? Next would be Gina? No, wait. One would be the photo with the uncle. So, it should be the wedding, it should be the honeymoon. And then Gina was born here. I was born here. I think that's not the photo. Let's see. This should be the last one. So, just try these two. Nope, we might have gotten the last two mixed up. Yep. So, let's try that. Now I might have to go back and look at the photos. Hope this doesn't reset our progress. Oh my gosh, where's that photo? Trapped in our giant house. There we go. Okay, so that's the siblings. It's Gina when she was little. I remembered most of them. Oh my gosh, how do I get out of here? Where's that arrow? So... Two, three, four. I hope I'm even doing this right. Well, maybe 6 would be when Gina learned to stand. There we go. This looks like a math problem. I don't like math problems. Ugh. Oh my gosh. These rotating puzzles. I've been playing a game with rotating puzzles recently. They drive me nuts. Does not want to stop rotating. This better just be the number. Here it is. I have the hint from Mom now. I should head over to the garden shed. Hint of the password for the garden shed lock. 2635. Thank goodness. Mom, this was needlessly complex. Another bathroom? That's my room. I don't need anything from there right now. Another password. Ugh. I forget it already. It says 2635. Minus 2 times 2. Oh my gosh, we have to do math? Now I kind of hope our mom is dead. This is terrible. I'm just going to assume is this minus 2, so 2633 times 2. Or... Reminder that I don't like math. So this will be 66. 26 and 26. 52. 5266? That's not it either! Does our mom hate us? 2635. If you already have the hint on paper from Mom, think about what the N represents. N doesn't necessarily represent the whole number. Oh, great. I don't want to think about what N represents, just tell me the answer. I don't know. I really don't have a clue. I might have to look this one up. This is a bit too hard for me. And the hint system has failed me. getting a lot of completely unrelated search results. Let's try game. Walk through. Still trying to find the walkthrough for this. I normally just pause the recording, but I have had, like, when I was recording the letter, it would show me the pause thing. It doesn't do that with some games, so, like, I don't want to accidentally stop the recording. Go to the community, maybe someone there is like, what the heck is the password for the garden shed? I think we found the walkthrough. Okay, the password is 0826. We did it! This looks like a refrigerator. I hope the actual refrigerator gets open and it's just this, but recolored. And gardening scissors. Those are gardening shears. Are they called gardening scissors somewhere else? I don't think those gloves are enough to protect me from the thorns, but it's definitely better to have them than not. I just need to be careful. And she better give us the wishing stone for all this trouble. I need to use the gardening scissor to cut the vines. Drag correct item on what you want to interact. I carefully cut some of the vines and get the broom out. After climbing up a bit higher, I managed to hand over the two things to the witch. Thank you! Why does the witch not have a graphic? She said some magic words that I don't understand, and all of a sudden she is out of all the vines and floating in the air. She slowly descends and lands right in front of me. There she is. Thank you so much. I finally got out of there. You are welcome. It was so great that you came. Otherwise, in this kind of forest, I might be stuck here until I die. You are exaggerating. Plenty of people live in the area. I'm sure someone will pass by. It should be wood. I think maybe these people should have gotten a proofreader or an editor to help with this. It's because some of the dialogue there's typos and it sounds a bit weird at times. Anyway, I'm glad you are fine now. Like this. Like, don't be afraid to use I'm glad you're fine. Stuff like that. Having the character always say you are, do not, kinda sounds weird. I'll go back then. Bye. Wait, I want to thank you for your help. Please accept this gift. The witch grabs my hand and puts a glass bottle in my palm. There's a weird glowing stone in the bottle. And what is this? This is a wishing stone. It can grant you 3 wishes. Any 3 wishes. Any 3 wishes? Yes. That sounds really fishy. A wishing stone that can grant any 3 wishes should be extremely valuable. Why would she give something like that to me? You could have made a wish just now to get out of the tree vines, and then you get to keep the rest of the 2 wishes to yourself. Why did you wait for people to come to save you and give out something so valuable as a gift? I don't want to use the stone myself. It's a little bit weird. Oh yeah, this is about to be a monkey's paw situation. Or we're gonna lose our soul or something. Weird? Yes, it has its own personality and preferences. We won't get along well. The first rule you really need to remember is that you have to make the first wish before midnight tonight, otherwise it will randomly grant you something to its own liking. I would highly advise you against that. No, I don't want it. This is too weird. What is wrong with our protagonist? It's a magic wishing stone. I reach out to the witch and try to give the bottle back to her, but before I can grab her hand, she dodges and leaps onto her broom. The broom carries her up into the air instantly. Wait, I don't want this wishing stone. Take it away. It's yours. Don't say that. You are the stone's owner now. If you say something like that, it would be quite sad and upset. Anyway, I'm in a hurry. Bye. Good luck. No, hey, wait. But the witch disappears in no time, leaving me standing there shocked and confused. I look at the bottle in my hand and feel like a victim to some sort of setup. I shouldn't have been so nice and helped her. The stone would be sad and upset. It has a weird personality. It would randomly grant something to its liking. What are those supposed to mean? So far we don't have too much of a setup. Like, is this supposed to be a world where magic is normal? And, like, I don't know, it might have been better to establish that, like, witches are not to be trusted, or that's something like your parents told you. Because otherwise it's like you're being given a magic wishing stone and you're really against it for not much of a reason. I want to throw the bottle away, but the witch said I'm the owner and it has feelings and personality. So maybe throwing it away would get me in more trouble? What shall I do now? Wish for immortality. I stare at the bottle on the windowsill and can't help but make a deep sigh. In the end, I don't dare throw it away, and I took it home. Now I have to make a wish. But what wish shall I make? I don't have any wishes. I feel like I haven't actually been interested in anything for a long time already. What is up with us? But time is running out and it'll be midnight soon. I should just make a wish and get it over with. I still can't believe she went to sleep with a time limit. I've read a lot of stories in the past that wishes usually come with a price, and the bigger the wish, the higher the price you pay. Judging from how fishy this stone is, and what the witch said, I definitely should not wish for something big. It might bring me a lot more trouble. Do we get a choice? Something so small that it practically doesn't matter should be the best choice right now, so I grab the bottle and hold it in my hand. Please give me a chocolate bar? What is wrong with our protagonist? The wishing stone glows stronger and blinks 3 times. I'm guessing that means it just accepted my wish. I look around my room and hope to see a chocolate bar somewhere nearby, but I don't see any. Then we enter the next room. It's filled with chocolate bars. Everything seems exactly the same as before. Maybe the chocolate is hidden somewhere in a drawer or something? Elsa? Yes? It's Mom's voice. It's really unusual for her to stay up this late. Shouldn't you be going to the forest night market now? What? What night market? At this hour? Yes, you were quite excited about it. The night market in the forest. It starts soon. There's no way I was excited about something like that. Not some weird market in the forest that opens at midnight. And then we have to solve a complicated puzzle to get out the front door. So there's a special chocolate shop. They have some rare specialties that you definitely want to try. I bought you the ticket already. I'm leaving the ticket on the coffee table. Don't forget it when you go. Chocolate shop? Specialty chocolate? You gotta be kidding me. I look at the bottle in my hand and feel a chill on my back. I wish for a chocolate bar. I didn't wish to go deep into the forest at midnight to look for a chocolate bar. And what is this made-up night market? It would be so much easier to just give me the chocolate directly. This stone is ridiculous. I stare at it and don't know what I should do now. I don't want to go to a fake night market, but if I don't go and don't get the chocolate, would I get into more trouble? This thing can change my mom's memory and make a fake market. That's pretty scary. If I don't play by its rules, staying at home probably would not protect me. I hesitated a little more and finally decided that it's probably better to go. I feel like a pushover, but I guess that's just who I am. I've always been like this, protected by my family and afraid of dealing with things myself. I sigh and stand up. I'll just get it done as fast as I can and come back to sleep. Tomorrow, everything will be fine. We could have wished for immortality. The wishing stone I got from the witch. Ugh. This is why it hates us. We're so mean to it. We don't care about anything in our room. What is this? My digital clock. It would light up if I got close. It's not how a clock is supposed to work. It should just be on all the time. My letter holder. It's empty now. You got a lot of letters you need? Photo of sea waves. That looks like a painting. My desk. I don't need anything from there right now. Well, let's go to the chocolate market. Got the ticket. The night market. Convenient little sign. When did they put this here? With all the glowing flowers. The night forest in summer surely is beautiful, especially this area next to our house. Look at all the fireflies, and we have plenty of blue roses here too. I wonder whether Mom planted those too. She loves blue roses after all. I remember she told me that roses do not naturally occur in blue. There's something special about the blue roses we have. I can't remember exactly what she said though. I wonder whether they turned into blue because of magic too. Come to think of it, I know almost nothing about magic. It's such a common power. How come I didn't learn anything about it? I know I'm lazy and I haven't done much in past years, but I feel like magic is something that I would be interested in. I was very interested in stories about witches and magic when I was a kid. I should at least know some basic information about it. You just used a magical wishing stone to get a chocolate bar, like, I don't believe you. But it just feels like there are clouds in my head now and I can't think things through. Not sure if it has anything to do with the wishing stone. I should focus on my problem with the wishing stone right now. I'll ask Mom about magic later. I still think Mom is dead. I think Dad is dead. I think Jean is dead. I think everyone's dead but us. We're the sole survivor and we're traumatized. After quite some walk in the forest, I finally see some colorful lights in front. The market should be right there. This is more lively than I thought. A lot of people and tents. Invisible people. The lighting is nice. I remember going to a night market with my parents and sister when I was a kid. What exactly was that? I can't remember clearly, but I remember I was so happy and excited, and so was my sister Gina. That market was a lot bigger, and it was on a hill not too far from our home. The weather was really good and clear on that day, and we could see all kinds of lights swirling along the path on the way up the hill. I was amazed. We could even smell all kinds of tasty food in the air as we got into the market, and there were games in some of the tents too. Somehow I feel like that was a lifetime ago. It feels more like a fair or a carnival than a market. Anything we can examine? Nope, let's go in. Hi, please show me your ticket if you have one, or purchase one over there. I wondered how much these tickets would cost. I have a ticket, here you go. Oh, this is a special ticket. You can get a free chocolate bar with this ticket at Eve's shop. Her tent is right there, the second one on the left. Cool, thank you. The wishing stone arranged everything. I don't know what to think of it now. I guess the stone created everything here? But what about all those people? Are they real people? Did the wishing stone change their memory too, just like how it changed my mom's? Or am I the one who's not in the reality anymore? If I get the chocolate and complete the wish, will everything here disappear and everyone forget about tonight? Will everything just reset and get back to normal? These thoughts make me feel uneasy. Chapter 1, The Night Market. Second tent on the left. I guess this is it. What the? Oh, I should probably save. Since we're here. Welcome to my special chocolatey shop. I'm Eve. Please check out the flavors on the blackboard. My chocolates are all made to order so you can make special requests. I can add additional flavors and functions to your chocolates. What do you mean functions? Made to order? That sounds like a huge pain. How long is it going to take to make one? And additional functions? Can I ask what the additional functions are? Oh, well, magic functions, of course. I can add a potion that can make you feel like floating in heaven. I can also add a potion that would attract your love interest. But for that one, you need to... No, I don't need any of these functions. What is wrong with our protagonist? I stopped her right there. I had enough today and I don't trust this market. You sure? I'm very confident in my potions. I just mix them in when I make the chocolates. They sell really well. And I have a lot of different ones. It's like making your wishes come true. Who doesn't want that? Our protagonist, apparently. Not that I would want a chocolate to attract a love interest, because I don't think you should use magic for that. I don't. I have a ticket that can redeem a free chocolate bar at your shop. Here you go. Just give me one plain chocolate with maybe a vanilla flavor. No functions. No potions in it, please. I don't think I'll eat that chocolate anyway. She's not even gonna eat the chocolate. Fine, I'll make you a plain vanilla flavored one. Wait for me a bit. She looks very disappointed, but at least she listened to me. She goes inside to the back of the tent while I wait here, hoping this whole thing would be over very soon. The market is beautiful, but it could be created by the wishing stone. That thought makes me unable to enjoy the place. Who knows what would happen here? It's better to get the chocolate and go home directly. As I stand and wait, I suddenly hear a lot of things falling down to the ground. What happened? Oh my god, I tipped over one of my shelves and some important ingredients just spilled. What shall I do? I can't make chocolates without them. Well, even if you ask me. Can you get them for me, please? I have backups at home. And then we get them, and she's like, here, have a wishing stone. That'd be hilarious. I get them for you? Why? Why don't you just go back home and get them? I can't leave this tent tonight while the market is open. They have rules here. Please help me. But I don't know where you live, and I don't know where you put your ingredients. My house is not very far. It's on the west side. You can see the road that leads here. There from right outside the market gate. Just stay on the road until you see a house with a moonlit roof and a red door. I want to know what a moonlight roof is. That will be my house. What is a moonlight roof? It reflects moonlight, so it's a little brighter than normal roofs at night. You'll know when you see it. Here's the list of ingredients I need. My daughters are home now, and they know where the ingredients are. They will find and give them to you. I think your daughters would be asleep already by this hour. No way. They are night owls. I'm sure they're still up. Please, I really need some help. Fine. He quickly writes down what she needs. Sugar, cocoa powder, milk powder, vanilla extract, honey, coconut shreds, quite a few things. I feel like this is likely not an accident, but rather the wishing stone's doing. Thank you. I'm counting on you. Yeah. Yeah? Her place is not very far, but definitely not close. I stayed on the road and walked quite a bit before I finally see that house. I don't know, I don't feel that roof is particularly bright. Who's there? The voice sounds young. She must be one of Eve's daughters. Hi, your mom Eve asked me to come here to get some ingredients for her chocolate shop. She spilled some at the market. I have a list from her. A face shows up briefly at the window next to me, and a few seconds later the door opens. Why would you let a stranger to your daughter's house? Two girls are both here. The older one is about 10 years old, and the younger one looks like she's about 6 or 7. The younger one looks timid, half hiding behind the older sister. She reminds me of how I was when I was little. Maybe they are us. Are you my mom's assistant? Ah! Yeah, they should not have a skip button right there. I'm just gonna reload. Is there an option to turn off? Nope. So there is apparently no option to just have skip red text. That's not good. Because I believe this game has multiple endings. No, I'm just helping her out. I'm Alyssa. What are your names? I'm Nala. And I'm Taya. Taya? Taya? Nala and Taya. Here's a list from your mom. Can you show me where to get them? I check out the list and show it to Nala. This is indeed Mom's handwriting. Come in then. I can show you where the ingredients are, but you're gonna have to play a game with us first. Wait, what? I'm trying to help your mom. She's waiting for me in the night market. Without the necessary ingredients, if someone comes to order chocolates from her, she's in trouble. Don't you worry about her and want to help? Nope! She refused to take us to the market and left us at home. Look at where she is now. I would say she deserves some bad luck. I bet their mom leaves puzzles for them, too. What the? This little brat? I feel bad for Eve now. She really needs to educate her kids better. What? Why do you look at me like that? Other parents are all taking their kids to the market, but not ours. They are always busy and always working. This is just so unfair. Nella's expression and words trigger something in my mind. There's a sudden pain in my head and something flashes over my mind. It's repetitive. I've heard something very similar before. The festival market happens once a year. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. Your parents took you two there too. I'm the only one who can't go. This is so unfair. Don't be sad. Look what I got for you. Your favorite chocolate-covered almonds. Super difficult to get these days. Oh, and look at this mask. Don't you love it? Here. Thank you. Just like you said, the festival market happens once a year. There will be plenty of opportunities in the future. I talked with my parents and they agreed to take you with us next year if your parents are too busy. Well, this boy is totally dead. Really? Then it's a promise. We'll go to the festival together next year. He dies and he gets reincarnated as a wishing stone. Yes, it's a promise. That was the boy who lived next door and my sister Gina? I vaguely remember that we used to play with him a lot when we were kids. Gina was very close to him and they were about the same age. What was his name? I can't remember. Wait a minute, next door, but we don't have any next door neighbors. Did we live in a different area before? I thought we've been living in the same house ever since I could remember things. Anyway, I will not tell you where they are unless you play the game with us. And this is our house. You are not allowed to go through places and look for things without my permission. Bella's voice drew me back to the situation in front of me. This kid. I'm guessing those ingredients are somewhere in the kitchen, but she is right. It's bad practice to open every cabinet to search for things without permission. What game do you want to play? It's simple. The game of opening that box over there. Ella points to a sizable box on the coffee table. Oh god, there's more numbers. That's a metal box with a password lock. It looks like a mini safe. There's probably something in there that she's not supposed to have, yeah. I don't think this is something you're supposed to open. Your parents must have kept something you are not supposed to see or touch in there. That's not true. Ella shakes her head immediately, and so does her younger sister, Taya. Dad gave this box to us. He put a gift for us in the box, but we can only get it if we open the box. He says the clues for the password are right here in the living room. Judging from their reaction and expression, I think Nala is telling the truth. We look around for the numbered clues, find the ingredients, and just leave. Judging from their reaction and expression, I think Nala is telling the truth. So this is a puzzle that you were supposed to solve. Your dad set up the puzzle for you two, didn't he? We already solved it. I just want to share the puzzle with you and test you. Nala's expression and voice are really not convincing. Nala, when did you solve it? I didn't know. Why? Nala looks at Taya, not knowing what to say, with her face all red. She looks kind of funny and cute. Why are you being so honest? We worked on the puzzle for 3 days already. Now we can finally get some help. Don't you want to see what's in there? I do, but this is wrong. Daddy says good girls don't lie. Nala gives herself a face palm and then turns to me. My sister doesn't know where things are, and she is not in charge. Don't count on her. If you don't open the box for me, I will not give you the ingredients. Fine. This kid. But 3 days is a long time. Their dad probably overestimated them. I played a lot of puzzle games like this with Gina when we were kids, too. This is not new to me. I should be able to solve it quickly. Turns out this whole game is just like the dark side of people living in universes where everyone does things via puzzles. So you said you worked on it for 3 days. What did you find? A few things. There are a puzzle box that needs a bunch of wooden pieces. Oh, another one of those. We found several already. You can see them there. There's also a box over there that requires a key and some color code to open it. We haven't found a clue yet. I look towards the big shelves inside where Nala is pointing. This really brings back memories. Gina and I used to play those kind of puzzle games a lot too. Anyway, all the clues should be in the living room. Let's take a look around. not interact with this drawer we just zoomed in on? That's weird. Key fell out as I grabbed a piece of cloth in there. Kids missed that somehow? This looks like an old home management device. I've only seen one of those when I was very young. Nothing special in there. I guess that's all we can do there. An oval with no picture. That's the safe. I think I need to set the knob in the correct position and then enter the correct password. Looks like I can put some sort of digital card in here. Gosh, where's the back button? There it is. Can't check the bunnies. More bunnies. Really cute porcelain bunnies, but somehow they seem sad and stressed to me. A wooden piece for the puzzle box Nala mentioned. It's Toy Bear. Nothing special. That's a toy bear? Another wooden piece. I want to see this toy bear. It's very weird looking. Some books. I can't find anything special about them. They're color-coded though. Some decorations. Nothing special about them. Nothing special. This should be one of the boxes Nala talked about. I think I'll need to set the color buttons to the correct color and then turn the key to open the box. It's related to the books. I don't think so. The books don't seem to have a set pattern. They sure like faces. Nala's staring at me. She told me not to go to the kitchen. Some toys. This has the description missing. I hope they will patch that. It's too dark over there for me to walk around. I hope this would give us a clue, but it does not seem like it did. I'm not even sure what the wooden box Nala mentioned is. A picture of a bee and flowers. I remember my dad told me there are no real bees in this world anymore. I wonder when that picture was taken. The world is deprived of bees? What happened? So we got some wooden pieces, we got a key to something, and we got our little ticket. It's empty here too, just like in our house. I feel like something should be here. Am I supposed to be able to interact with this drawer? I feel like I'm supposed to be able to interact with this drawer. Doesn't work here. Nope. That's weird. Did I run into something locked? Nope. That's not locked. I really feel like I should be able to interact with that drawer. Oh, there's a wooden puzzle. Do we have all the pieces? I don't feel like we do, but let's check it. Nope, I don't think we have enough pieces yet. Really hard to tell though. glance at that strategy guide again, just in case, because that drawer is bothering me. Yeah, I'm definitely missing some of the wooden pieces. There's one of them. I think we're supposed to be able to open these drawers. I'm gonna pause this recording. Okay, I'm back. I looked at a video online and let's go here. There we go. Key's a little dark in color. So this key should be used for this. Now I gotta say, I don't like that that drawer did not have any kind of notification on it, making it seem like you couldn't interact with it. My baby girls, go check out the third blue book, page 50. Have fun solving the puzzles. Third blue book, page 50. I should go check it out. Now I'm convinced these girls are me and Gina because our parents are terrible people. Oh, so can we not unlock this door, or is it this key? There we go. What is this? And we'll come back to you. Here's the third blue book, page 50. The beach was completely empty. She sat there alone, listening to the sound of the waves. The dawn was about to break. Orange hue started to show like fire at the edge of the world. It forced back the deep purple blue and formed a new light green in the sky. Everything lit up and suddenly showed its form. She felt a rare sense of peace at that moment, but the peace didn't last long. The sun rose up from the edge of the ocean, and suddenly everything seemed to be lost in darkness again, as though nothing could compete with the golden shine that broke through. So I'm guessing this is for the color box. So, orange, purple blue, green, and then darkness. This book, I remember Dad read this paragraph to me before. I'm trying to remember a puzzle solution, Elsa! So that's how the sunrise over an ocean looks like. While sunrises are different at different beaches on different days, you can't really generalize and say this is how they look. I'd like it better if these were like up here. But there are sunrises really as striking as the description in the book. On a good day at the right location when you are lucky, yes, sunrises can be very beautiful, but to actually go see sunrise or sunset at the beach is very difficult these days. Oceans are rarely peaceful and beaches are generally not accessible anymore. Weather is also getting worse and worse. It's rare to have a good day with great visibility. I know you want to go to a beach one day. It's not impossible, but chances rarely show up. Many miles from the coastlines are not habitable anymore, and most islands are abandoned these days too, especially the smaller ones. But you went to a beach to see the sunset with Mom for their honeymoon, right? That was a special case. We got lucky. Our destination was an old city. It wasn't close to the coastline. While we were there, I heard on the news that there would be a rare period of peaceful time, a few hours at the seaside in that region. A lot of people were excited and wanted to go. So did us. I mean, so did we. We drove a long way to get there, but only stayed for about 15 minutes. It was just in time for the sunset, which was very lucky. I got some nice photos. I thought there would be a few hours of peaceful time. Why did you only stay 15 minutes? The forecast wouldn't be accurate to the minutes, you silly. The actual time might be slightly offset from the prediction, and we needed time to get out of there to a safe area. As I told you, it's not just the beach that's not safe. When we got back, your grandma was pretty mad at us, even though we were being quite careful. But I thought, your job is very dangerous too. Grandma was okay with that? Well, the dangers in the mountains are usually something you can prepare for and take precaution. There are ways to deal with them. For people who are not familiar with the environment, it could be dangerous, but I'm very familiar with the areas and things I work with, so it's not dangerous for me at all. No need to worry. I see. I didn't say anything more about it, but my classmates and I chatted about our parents' professions at school, and they all told me my dad was doing a dangerous job. Sometimes when he was out for many days for work, I would worry that he wouldn't return. Anyways, we have to keep your wish in mind. If there's a good chance for us to go to the beach, we'll try to take you there. We could have wished for that. To be honest, even if we can't go, that's fine. Or we could wish away whatever problem is clearly happening in this world. I wasn't lying. I was pretty satisfied with what I have. Okay, it's getting late. Time for bed. Okay. They rubbed my head a little and turned off the light for me to... before he left. I vaguely remember I had a nightmare that night. In my dream, my whole family was standing on a beach and the ocean was black. Waves as tall as mountains came at us and swallowed everyone. But I can't remember why my dad's job is dangerous or why the mountains and oceans were dangerous. I remember I went to beaches at some point, stayed a long time, and even swam in seawater. So what was that conversation about? Nala? Yep. Is it dangerous to go to the beaches? I don't know. I've never been to one. How about mountains? That depends on the mountain, I guess. Where we live, it's not dangerous at all, but this is also not a big mountain. I'm sure there are really dangerous big mountains somewhere. I guess so. Can I not interact with the book anymore? Ugh. I don't remember what it said. Oh, thank goodness. So, orange, purple, blue, green. Where's that box? No, that's the wrong box. There's boxes everywhere. Orange. Blue. It doesn't seem like that's working. Orange. Oh. Guess we need to put the key. I completely forgot about the key. I thought the key was already in there too. Where'd the key go? We lost the key. Did we use the key already? Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. Where did our key go? Did we use it? Did I forget we used it? No, there's where we used our key. The cells of some puzzles can only be seen in the dark with a special tool. What's the tool? I tried to turn the lights off, it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me go over there. And I guess it could be the windows, but they all kind of look the same to me. Okay, so I'm finally back. The last puzzle piece was in that drawer with the train. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, you could not see it. You were pretty good. Oh, it happened again. Thank you. I played puzzle games with my sister quite often when I was young. Did your dad give you the puzzles? Yep. Your dad also doesn't come back home much? I don't think that's the right way to describe it. Back in the day, my dad had long work tasks that required him to travel and stay in mountains for periods of time. What's the difference? Dads are terrible. They don't stay home with us and they use puzzles to torture us. That's not true. They set up puzzles to make up for the time they can't stay at home. We can be entertained and occupied by the puzzles while they are away. Plus, solving puzzles is good for you, you know? I'm sure your dad cares. You know, I don't entirely believe this puzzles thing. It sounds good on paper, but as someone who has had to solve the puzzles, not a good way to convey your love. Looking at these two reminds me of my childhood so much. Gina's way more pleasant than Nala, though. Our childhood was quite happy, although Dad often had to stay away from home due to work. Mom was around most of the time. Uncle Owen also came to visit pretty often. I remember he helped us a lot with the puzzles, too. Uncle Owen is a gentle and patient person. He visited us a lot and played with us with great patience. You just said he was patient. He didn't really get along with Dad, but he was very close to our mom. But I feel like I haven't seen him for a long time already. I wonder why. Did something happen? This is strange. I should have forgotten something so important. Shouldn't have forgotten something so important. Both Gina and I loved his company when we were kids. When was the last time I saw him? I try hard to search my memory, and slowly a piece of my memory starts to emerge. Elsa, I have something important to discuss with your uncle. You need some time. Go back to your room and close the door. I remember I was still pretty young at that time. I heard Uncle Owen and Mom talking in the living room, and I was happy he was visiting us again. I went out immediately, but Mom asked me to go back to my room the moment she saw me. I sensed they were talking about something serious and heavy, so I went back. I closed the door, but I pushed my ear against the door. See, that repetitive wording again. You should say, I closed the door, but I pushed my ear against it. This way I could still roughly hear what they were saying. Nora, we have made up our minds. Why? That's a path for someone who has reached the end of his rope. You're so young. Why? We don't have a choice anymore. We are too tired to keep on like this. Is it because of money? We can help you if it's a financial issue. You helped us a lot already. I can't just keep asking. You guys are doing better, but who has enough resources these days? You can't keep helping us, and Aiden doesn't really want to help us. That's not true. He might be harsh on his words, but he does care about you two very much. I can help you only because he is willing to help too. Don't worry about this. I'm not worrying about Aiden. And money is not the main problem here anyway. Molly has already been very depressed and her health is deteriorating. She is suffering. We just can't keep like this anymore. This is for the best. Are they gonna kill themselves? How can it be for the best? I know you and Aiden have a very different opinion, but we don't think of it the same way you do. But we have already made the decision. Molly brought it up a long time ago and we've been thinking and talking about it for a long time. We did our research too. We've been married for years and I can't give her much. At least I can go where she wants to go. Nora, I just need you to help me this one last time, please. No, I can't agree to this. This is what we want. Please, it will be fine. Well, maybe not a suicide then. Maybe they're going somewhere dangerous. That's practically suicide? Going someplace like really unsafe? Ouch, my head is hurting again. What is going on? What are they talking about? What decision? Did Uncle Owen go somewhere? I can't remember anything after that. What's wrong? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What's going on with me? Is my memory loss tied to the wishing stone too? I have a bad feeling. I should finish things up quickly and go home. Is it? No, I think it's this one. Get over here. Got a piece of lens? I'm not sure what it is for. Secret messages! This might this might be him for something. This is the safe dial. So we'll try and remember that. A message. Well done, you are so close to the answer now. I don't know, I think you might be underestimating these kids. Like, they're smart, but this is a little crazy. Elsa, nothing is real. I knew it! I knew none of this was real. The glow attracted my attention, so I come to check what it is and I'm shocked to see this. Why is my name here? This makes no sense. Nothing is real? With little hesitation, I decide to ask Nala to take a look at it too, but before I could ask, the text starts to glow and suddenly starts to fade. Soon they completely disappear. Did I just see an illusion, or just like it said, nothing is real? Everything has an end. I feel like someone said something like this to me before, but who? Well, there's the puzzle box solution on how we're gonna remember this. This must be a hint for something. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to look at a picture if our mind doesn't, like, register that on the box. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm gonna look at the picture. See, that's the problem with puzzles like that. Like, it's a very, like, a series of numbers you can, like, maybe remember, but a sequence like that you're not gonna just remember offhand. And even the walkthrough doesn't really have a good picture of it. Let's see here. Plus, the picture doesn't quite match up with what is shown. So, as two as it is. Like, they look longer in the picture. Oh my gosh, even with the picture... Even with the picture, it's not really helping me. These two are attached. Gosh, this picture is so blurry. These two are small, these two are longer. These two are both small. Thank goodness. This is an old memory card, I think. Oh, that took forever. I really should have had a picture of that puzzle on the thing. Where's our memory card? Read. After putting the crystal ball back, there is a subtle light flash. I turn around and see some numbers on the wall. Looks like a projection. They sure have a big weird projector. 39758. Projector. Somehow this is simple. That makes my memory droop. Sense, but I feel like there's something that I don't want to think about or even remember. Anyway, I should find a piece of paper and write down the password. The code is 39758. That must be the password for the box. I just wrote it down. Here you go. Oh, thank you. I take the piece of paper from Nala and suddenly I hear a man's voice. Girls, you've done so well. I made the puzzles hard this time since I'll be away for a bit longer, but you two still solved them. I'm so proud of you. I think you know how to open the box now. I hope you like the present. Love you two. Dad will be back soon. It's a recording from their dad. Nala has a big smile on her face and she seems super excited. Let's open the box. I can't wait anymore. I want to see the present. Okay, let's open it. I think that's right. 397. It's a book. As soon as the box is opened, Nala and Taya look inside with curiosity. Inside the box lies a book, Kylan's Adventure. Nala takes the book out and opens it. The two girls sit down right next to each other with excitement. I can't help but smile at them. I have this book too. Gina gave it to me as a gift when I was young. What a coincidence. They remind me so much of Gina and I when we were kids. The simple happiness in childhood is so precious. This book is quite popular. Well, at least it was popular when I was a kid. A lot of people talked about it. I remember it's about... Wait, what's in the book? I can't remember. This book is awesome. I want to voyage far into space to build new homes on different planets like Kylan. When I grow up, I will participate in this kind of project and explore the new world. That was Gina? Far into space to build homes on different planets? Alright, since you opened the box for us, I'll show you where the ingredients are. Nala cleared her throat and tried to act like a grown-up. I'm concerned about my memory, but I try to focus on what Nala is saying right now. You can find sugar, coconut shreds, and vanilla extract in the tall cabinet on the left side of the kitchen entrance. Okay, we're gonna end this part here because we've been playing for a while. So, I'm curious to know where the story is going, but there definitely are some text issues and some interface choices I'm not super fond of. But like I said, I'm curious, so thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!